Hello everybody. Just wanted to show you my collection of video games. I have all kinds of systems. Um, Throughout the years I've been collecting. Let's start with up here. As you can see, I have the Nintendo NES. I just got a few games. I got this a couple of years ago. I used to have one when I was younger and I gave it away, but anyway, there's the Nintendo. Over here you see the Sega Dreamcast. Also got a few games, nothing to brag about. Right, and down here I got PS4s. I got the system PS4. I got PS3s. I like sports, and racing. So those are my main collections. I'm not into fighting. Down here I have Neo Geo. Now this is the Neo Geo X, which came out about a year ago. This is a collection of a lot of games. To me, this is fine. I never had the Neo Geo as a kid, but I played this. Like I said, to me it looks fine. I know to enthusiasts of Neo Geo, this doesn't cut it. Alright, down here I have Nintendo. What's that? The Wii, right? The Nintendo Wii. Big Metro Stars fan, soccer fan. They're the Red Bulls now. Here I have the Portuguese flag. Just in case you guys didn't know, I am Portuguese, but I do love this country, the USA. Alright, as you can see, also like old shows. Was a big Brady Bunch fan. Here I have some computer games again, like racing, Harry Potter, when it first came out. Alright, down here I have Xbox 360. The console is actually in the living room. My kids still play today. Over here I have the PlayStation 1, which I actually have 3 of them. The other 2 are put away. Here you see some games again. Big racing fan throughout the years. So those are my collections. Down here I have PS2. As you can see, PS2. Now I never owned a PS2 when I was when it first came out. Wasn't really into PS2. I went from PlayStation 1 to Xbox, the original Xbox. So PlayStation 2 wasn't mine. Did enjoy the Xbox, and I do have that one too. Down here I got old movies, DVD. This was way back in early 2000s. I started kind of collecting, and I actually was able to make copies too. Down there you got some VHS. I just took it out of the attic and added them, just to the bookcase, just to give a nostalgic feel to it. Alright, up here more movies. Let's go down here. You guys remember this game? I remember being in high school when this came out. It was actually one of my favorites. This was before the Atari came out. I think the Atari started coming out afterwards. More DVDs. Alright, nothing there. Big collection of Formula One cars. These are all die cast. Bought them throughout the years. Alright. NASCAR. Back in the early 2000s, I went to a few NASCARs races down in Dover and in Pocono. Pretty cool. And down here I have just some stuff I bought. There you go. Alright, moving on. There's the arcade that I'm building. Right, the mini arcade. It's Raspberry Pi. Works great. going to finish it off soon. I'm going to start printing out some, side back. First I'm going to paint it. And also have to put the plastic, where they go, the plastic glass. Have it right here. Gotta cut it. Alright. So right now it's just on certain motor. Alright, then we're moving over to here. This I got Pac-Man and some other classics. This is pretty cool. You can get this today at Walmart or on eBay. Up here I have an old Genesis joystick. This is actually pretty good. It also works with ColecoVision and anything with that type of connection. I think it's a 9-pin if I'm not mistaken. Pretty cool. Alright, so up here I got some Saturn games. And then over here I have some 7800 games still sealed. Baseball, Pole Position, Donkey Kong, and so forth. Move this over here. Got some 5200s back there. Here you see the Sega Saturn. Right, console works. Don't use it that much, but it is cool to have it. Down here you have my Genesis games. Got some, and this is an adapter for the the Master System power base converter. So don't have. I think I only have about 3 games for the. I never collected it as a kid. I went from the 2600 straight. Oh, then I went to Nintendo, NES, and then after the NES I went to Sega. Never got into Super Nintendo. I was always Sega guy. Here's the Atari 5200. Never owned it as a kid, but knew about it. So I finally got it a couple years ago. It's pretty cool. Do have a lot of games. Back here. All the classics. All the classic games that everybody would know. Alright, here I have the Intellivision. Also, never bought it as a kid. Knew about it. But I got it recently, actually also maybe a year ago. Do have a lot of games. I bought it as a bundle on eBay. It came with games and, do play occasionally. Down here, ColecoVision. This was the big, if you had an Atari 2600, when ColecoVision came, everybody wanted this. But it was expensive, and my parents didn't have money just to buy me a console that was $200 back in the 70s. That was 78, 79, maybe 80. I forget exactly when it came out. And I remember my friends going over to the house. We were like, wow, look at Donkey Kong, man. That looks so close to the arcade. It was always about the arcades. All the systems that came out throughout those years, they were just trying to get closer and closer. But that's why the arcades were popular, because the graphics were better, Today arcades don't exist. Why? Because the PlayStation 4s and 3s, do the job. You don't need to go to the arcade. Alright, so down here I have the Atari 7800, which is nice. It also plays the 2600. I did own a 2600, and it's still, it was actually shipped out to Portugal with a lot of other systems that I had. So when my parents moved back and I stayed, I was about 20, 21, 22. And down here I have an Xbox original games. These are all my original games. I also have I don't have it here, but I have the Odyssey 2. That's a system I put away. And what what else do I have? Probably more stuff that I can't think of right now. But anyway, guys, just wanted to show you my little collection. I do like it. And it's just nice to have. So, alright, until the next video.